What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Holt Perspective. I'm Nicholas.
And I am Jacob, and this is the Holt Perspective.
I took your line. That's okay. All right, so we've spent a little bit since we've seen the people.
Just a little bit of a little hiatus.
Yeah, we've had a lot of exciting things happening. Kobe, go ahead and tell them the show. I haven't. Nothing's happened in my life lately, but
I've been
Jacob's
moving
had a lot of
around.
exciting stuff.
I've been moving around. So it was last week Monday. I started my first clinical for PT school. So got 14 weeks in Ann Arbor. Moved to the east side of the state, and then I got another one in January going to Grand Rapids. So spent this past week, basically 2 weeks moving around from Mount Pleasant, Central Michigan, back to the west side with the parents, and now back over to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, living on this, and that's pretty cool. You got to go see a Michigan game. You're
Yep,
living in nice close corridors with your wife, which you guys would just completely enjoy over there. I'm sure of it.
a great spot in Ann Arbor.
That's
Nice
right.
little studio
That's
apartments.
right.
Everyone's got a
Nothing
nice
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
That's right. It's great.
It's a
You
great
guys are
time.
just. That's right. That's all. It's great. Um. So yeah, let's start off by saying our favorite workout of last week. So my favorite workout was there was this thing called an eagle. I've never done it before, and it's 10 rounds of 8 double kettlebell front rack squats, and then a 50-foot farmer's carry.
All right.
So it was pretty nasty. And then every time that you drop the kettlebells, you have to do 8 burpees.
Ooh,
So you don't really want to drop them.
awesome.
So they're pretty nasty, and it was pretty fun. It was like a big burn, fun to see where how long you could hold on. I ended up holding on through, like I dropped them after the first 3 rounds, and then the next 3 rounds I did unbroken, dropped them. Then I did 2 rounds and dropped them, and then I did the last two, and then I finished. I was done. So yeah, it was fun. A little test, something that you can kind of test your squat and grip capacity.
Right.
So yeah, it was a good time.
Good stuff. The My favorite one of the past week was 3 sets of 50 double unders, 15 GHD sit-ups, 10 burpee pull-ups, and then back up to 15 GHD sit-ups and 50 double unders. Resting 1-to-1 between the sets. That was a nice little one because you got that 1-to-1 break, so you're trying to match your score every time, and I was able to keep them all pretty close to each other. So that was good. I didn't go too hot out on that first one and was able to
Yeah.
hold on for the full 3 rounds this time.
Yeah, how did the double unders feel?
Double unders were good. 50 was a small enough number to where the first 50 were a breeze. You got through that and you got right on the GHDs. And then after doing GHD burpee pull up GHDs, the second piece of the double unders was more of a grind, but it was still able to hold on. Near the end, you had to kind of feel like you're jumping a little bit higher to get the full rep. But yeah,
Yep.
double unders went pretty well. The burpee pull ups always a fun movement to get that and jump up on that bar, get a pull up in. The standard was six
Yep.
inches above your reach. Um, I don't know if it was
Mhm.
exactly 6 inches. Not gonna pull out and change the barbell they got at the gym. So
Yeah,
just get it above your
yeah, you
reach
do
and
what you
call it
do.
good.
Yep. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's good. Those are always good workouts. I'm glad they were able to hold on to those double unders pretty well. Burpee pull-ups are not very fun.
No, but
No, 30.
only 10.
Got through 'em. Only
Only
10.
10.
All right, so today we're going to start off our conversation. Our question is going to be all about what the best workout regimen for a football player is. Because it's Sunday and it's the fall and we're watching football. We're talking about fantasy football all the time. I got my wife into fantasy football. She doesn't really know when she's doing well or when she's doing bad. The other day, she was like, why aren't any of my guys scoring any points? And then I said, honey, it's Friday. No one's played yet. And she's just, all fired up over there. So it's all good. We're loving it. We're learning it over here day by day.
I'm not.
Yeah. Hopefully, not too many viewers get to see this because we get so many views out there. But what's the best workout regimen? Here we go, Jake. What do you think? I know they're kind of throwing it out at you, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts for football is you want to be explosive. So it is a very quick. You are working for. What an average play is probably 15 seconds. You're working for, depending on your position, only the first 5 seconds of that workout. So there's no reason to do long, sustained, grind it out, do 1,000 reps of something and then take a break. You want to do quick, super explosive, and a lot of weight, especially once you get up there. Playing in the NFL, college, you're gonna have to put a lot of pressure through people, a lot of weight when you're working out. So I would say quick, explosive, and then take breaks. There's a lot of break in a football game. So if you're working at just saying that last workout was a rest 1-to-1, even resting 1-to-2 would be pretty similar in a football.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to simulate what you're doing in a game. So doing hard, intense workout for 10, 15 seconds and then taking a 45-second break, run through circuit like that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all with that. The explosiveness. Something else that I want to talk about that I think that isn't always thought about when you're thinking of football in general is you want like two things. Number one, something that I thought was really cool when I was watching something about Clemson, I think a few years ago, was they had this really cool technology of they were able to see the speed that the bar was moving when they were back squatting. So they were you have to do this amount of weight, but it also has to be this fast, whatever their numbers were. I don't exactly remember their numbers, but I thought that was really cool technology they had of not only did it have to be 65% of your one rep, but it also had to be moving this fast. So if you're not moving this fast, you have to go down and weight. So that was really cool, and that even forces you to do that because a slow back squat isn't always the best route to go. Because it's good, but at the same time, it's not super explosive. So both of those components were really cool. And then lastly, with the other thing not lastly, but the next thing that I was thinking of is there's a lot of collision and body beaten up as a football player. So I think that also just getting exercises that create mass. You need to get heavier a lot of the times. You also need to have just stronger and tougher bones and a thicker frame in general. So that also in the sense of you need to have that high explosive, but you also really do need to have that stuff where it's heavyweight, bearing down on you. You need to be able to build those thicker frames as a football player in general.
Yeah. And if you look at what they decide or what they've seen as if you're trying to build on power, if you're trying to build on strength, hypertrophy, or muscular re-education, it falls in line with that not working a ton of reps. So if you're working on power, you're in between that 2 to 5 rep range. If you want hypertrophy, so if you want to get your muscles bigger, you're working 6 to 10 reps. So that works with you don't want to spend your time on that bar doing 15 squats. First of all, nobody wants to do that. No one has fun doing that. But you're not getting any benefit. It's like, oh well, if I do this more times without taking a break, then I'm just going to get stronger. Like that's not necessarily how it all works, and
Mhm.
it doesn't carry over to the actual game. So
Right,
yeah, I
right.
agree with that completely. And I like that thing about the Clemson football team that you saw, where that makes sense. I mean, you don't want to be stuck. So like if you're thinking a lineman, like I think about linemen, because I played that in high school, and it's like you don't want to be in the trenches stuck on somebody not moving forward, and that's
Mm-mm.
kind of what if you're stuck on a squat, you're moving that bar slow, you're simulating. I'm just going to be stuck. I'm going to drive my feet. I'm not going to move backwards, but you're not moving forward. That's not good either. So that's like, all right,
Mhm.
you need to move this bar quicker, and then that's going to translate. You're moving your guy quicker. You're getting off the ball, and that's better for your team. So, very cool
Yeah,
pieces
and I think
there.
yeah, that is really cool. Like one thing that I thought of too with that is like there's so often when you go in the weight room, and some days like things are just like moving super well, and it's always easy on those days. Like you never have to worry about like is this weight like too much, or like is this 80% feel like 95%. But there are some days that you're just moving slower, or the weights feel heavier, and if you're just like stuck, like no, I have to hit this 75% no matter what, but you're not moving the bar fast enough, then that's immediate feedback because sometimes you don't even know, right? You're just
Right?
doing it and you're just like, yeah, I think that was a good reset. But then it's like, you don't want to fall into the trap of like always taking weight off if you're like, oh, it doesn't feel perfect because that's that battle of the mental game. So that's just like, I thought that was a super cool tool of like
Yeah,
really instant feedback and really good way of being able to show like where you're at.
yeah, no doubt. So move
Hmm.
quick,
Yeah.
get explosive, work for a short period of time, take a little of a rest, circuit back and forth between that, simulate game while you're working out, should translate.
Hmm. Hmm. Feed those muscles.
Boom.
Boom. All right. Well, I think that's all we have. So once again, I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Jacob. And this is the Holt Perspective. Thanks for joining.